I have a 6-figure salary and 7 different side hustles, so here's every dollar I made in May as a first-gen Latina. Starting with my foundation, my 9-to-5 plus commission was $5,635, and that's not enough in this economy, so now on to the side hustle. I made $1,540 on Rover. Pet sitting is one of my most consistent income streams. For UGC and social media, I made $2,905, getting paid to create content. This is still something I'm exploring and growing. My event helper gig made $1,331. I helped a couple of weddings this month, and that's still continuing to grow. Facebook Marketplace, I made $300, always flipping something that was in the garbage originally. This one's a fun one. I made $2,000 bank churning. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically where banks give you bonus money just for opening up a new account and meeting a minimum deposit. So free money if you know how to work it. I made $300 in my high yield savings account, so interest just doing its thing. Secret Shopper was $15, expense reimbursements was $4, so the total income for May was $14,031. If you like this type of content, follow along. Thanks for watching.
4 years ago, I had exactly one income stream, and that was my corporate paycheck until I got laid off, and then I had 0 income stream. Today, I have 7 income streams, and I'm self-employed, so let's talk about what they are. If you're new here, hi, I'm Melanie. I'm a real estate agent in South Florida, and I think it's weird that people think it's weird to talk about money, so I love sharing financial transparency and tips on my page. For the most part, these will be in order of the ones that I make the most from to the ones I make the least from. Number 1 is real estate commissions. I'm a full-time real estate agent, and obviously, this is my biggest income source. If you're not familiar, real estate is entirely commission-based, so I don't have a salary. If I don't sell something, I don't make any money. Number 2 is brand deals. Almost everyone knows what a brand deal is, but if you don't, it's when a brand reaches out to you to collaborate with you, either posting a sponsored post on your page or creating content that goes onto their page, or a mixture of both. Which leads me to number 3, user-generated content. I have an agency that I work with that is basically a retainer month. So on this, I do make a lower rate than when a brand reaches out to me directly for UGC, but it is an ongoing thing that I've been doing for the last 4 years, so there's value in that as well. Number 4 is digital products. Summer of last year, I launched my real estate agent commission tracker and budgeting template because there's really nothing out there for real estate agents to help break down their commissions and stay organized. That one product alone has brought in almost $11,000. This is an idea that I almost didn't execute, by the way. I literally locked myself in a room and sat in front of my computer and worked on this template for an entire weekend. I launched it that following week. Now it has grown to be something that is a legitimate income source. Number 5 is affiliate income. This is things like Amazon, ShopMy, LTK. I don't post a ton of product, but when I do, I link them on these platforms and I receive an affiliate income if somebody shops using my link. Number 6 is the creator rewards program on TikTok. I do get paid for views. It is extremely minimal. I want to say on average it's like $40 a month, a half a tank of gas. And number 7 is actually a new offer that I started on my Stan store, which is dedicated advice for real estate agents. I wish I could answer to all my DMs, and I get literally hundreds asking for very highly specific questions and advice. So I launched this product as a way to actually have the time to sit down and provide someone with a personalized response. Everyone's situation is different, and sometimes you just need a little bit of guidance to help kind of like unlock in your brain. Besides these 7 things, I also have a high yield savings account income and brokerage accounts that make me money. I'm not sure if that's something that belongs in the multiple streams of income category, but if so, I have those as well. And you definitely should too. If you need a recommendation on which accounts, drop a comment below and I can send you a DM. Anyway, this is a reminder that there are infinite amounts of ways of making money. If you also have multiple streams of income, drop them below because I love learning about this stuff.
Here's what I do to make 6 streams of income as a 23-year-old living in Norfolk, Virginia. 3 years ago, I started my own business to become a budget coach so I could help young women transform their stress with money into confidence. So majority of the steady income from this stream comes from working with private clients one-on-one. My second stream of income that I absolutely adore comes from speaking engagements. So a lot of colleges and organizations reach out to me to host budgeting workshops, either in person or virtually. My third stream of income is probably one of my most favorite because it's the most passive one, where I create budgeting templates on Excel and I sell them through my website. So I literally make money in my sleep because all they have to do is click the link in my bio and an email is sent to them with the file. My fourth stream of income is through TikTok, and I get paid per view on videos longer than a minute, so creating good content is definitely crucial. Number 5 is me working my part-time job as an event associate at a wedding venue, and I get to choose which weddings I work so I can easily fit this job into my busy schedule. And lastly, I get to work as a general operations manager for a local cafe chain out here in Norfolk. This is my most secure stream of income, and it's really important to have multiple streams of income, especially while you're young, just in case one does stop. I'm excited to add more passive streams this year, so come along this journey with me.
You've probably heard that wealthy people have over 7 streams of income, but nobody ever tells you what they are. Let me walk you through them. Stream number 1 is your earned income. This is coming from your 9 to 5 or whatever your main job is. It's absolutely necessary because it covers your overhead, but it is also the thing that is taxed the most. Stream number 2 is called profit income. This is from selling something that costs you less than what you're selling it for until you're making a profit off of it. For example, you make candles for $5, you sell them for $10, you made a profit. Stream number 3, this is one of my favorites, which is called interest income. You have assets sitting somewhere and you're making interest in like a high yield savings account, or if you have a CD in your bank, that's going to give you interest. Stream number 4, I call mailbox money, which is dividend income. You have stocks that pay out quarterly, they have dividends, which means they're sharing their profits with their shareholders every quarter, and as somebody who has stock in their company, you get the benefits. Stream number 6 is called capital gains. This is when you have an investment that has appreciated over time and you sell that investment, then you're going to have a capital gain, which means you made more money than what you bought it for. You are going to get taxed on it, but it technically counts as income. And stream number 7 is royalty income. This is money that you're getting paid for intellectual property. I get royalties on my book. This is money that's going to just, again, be mailbox money. I love these kind of checks. They're hard to get, but once you have them, they pay forever. You don't need all 7 of these right now, but it's important that you consider what it means for you and your family to add another stream of income to your portfolio. So which streams do you want to build next? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Morgan DeBond, CEO of Blavity and Afrotech, and this is our Wealth Code series.
I was so close to $10,000. Let's recap my side hustle totals for the month of March. I'm Natalie, a stay-at-home mom who does side hustles to earn extra income for my family. In the month of March, I earned income in 9 different ways, and my grand total for the whole month, I won't leave you hanging, was $9,722. And I'm back to my trusty old spreadsheet. So how did I do it? Let's start from the top. Laundry. You've probably seen laundry videos from me. Laundry is my old trusty side hustle. I've been doing it for 2.5 years. And in the month of March, I earned $585 doing other people's laundry. Yes, in my very own house. Some people think that's weird. I don't. Next, I earned $539 from walking other people's dogs. $953 came from my own digital products. I create digital products mostly about doing laundry as a side hustle, but also earning money on Amazon. There's a couple of things on there, and included in that is I do coaching calls to help other people start doing laundry as a side hustle, or just let people pick my brains about side hustle in general. Brain, not brains, brain. Here's a biggie. I had 2 brand collabs pay out for $6,000. One of those collabs I had worked on for months and months and months. That was a big one. And the other one was pretty much a quick turnaround this month. I did it and then it paid out. Now let's talk about social media. I am part of the TikTok Creator Rewards Fund, where I earn money for views on my videos on one of my 2 TikTok accounts. And on that account, I earned $45. Now that is funny to me because if I would have done this a year ago, that would have been $3,000. But $45, that is still $45 that I didn't have before I did that. Also on TikTok, I am part of the TikTok shop. I am now part of the TikTok shop on 2 accounts, but this is all earnings from one account where I earned $575 for my 2nd month in the TikTok shop. And I think that this is really, I know that's not a lot of money, but I think that's really awesome because I have doubled my income from TikTok shop from month 1 to month 2, and I am hoping to double it again in month 3. For views on Facebook, on my reels, my stories, my photos, and text posted, you know you could earn in all of those different ways on Facebook. I earned $373. And on YouTube, I am also monetized on YouTube, and I earned $267. Last but not least, on Amazon, I am part of 2 monetized programs on Amazon. Amazon Affiliate and Amazon On-Site Commissions. And for those 2 programs together, I earned $385, bringing my grand total for the month of March to $9,722. My goal for the month of March was $5,000. And if you didn't count those brand deals, or at least the big one, I would have just hit my goal, which would have been perfect. Now on to April, where my goal is also $5,000. Let's see how I do.
Welcome back to my series where I'm showing you guys how I'm doubling my income and changing my life within 1 year. 3 categories: investments and savings, streams of income, and quality of life. Starting with the first. So I got engaged in December, so I am in full wedding planning mode. Early in 2025, my fiance and I added a wedding fund bucket to our high yield savings account. We set a goal, we've made weekly contributions, and we've actually surpassed that goal. So now that we're finally making some of those first payments for the wedding, I am not financially stressed. Like, yes, no matter how you slice it, it's gonna hurt. But what was important to me was making sure we weren't gonna come out on the other side of this wedding feeling broke. I know some people think it's strange that me and my fiance bought a house before we got married, but I'll tell you what, already having a house, there's no shame or feeling like any of these upcoming wedding expenses are irresponsible. The common sentiment when people are paying for weddings is, for all this money, we could have bought a house. Well, we already did, so now what? With that being said, savings are naturally gonna take a little bit of a dip, which leads me to streams of income. I have not formally said this, but I did leave my 6-figure tech job in October of last year. This was such a hard decision for me to make. I honestly loved my company. I had been there since I graduated from UCLA. I think I had been there pretty much longer than everybody else, except for the founding executives. I'm not gonna be the one to preach to everybody, quit that job, especially in this economy. But ultimately for me, it came down to opportunity costs. By the end of that first month after I left, I earned what I earned the entire year so far at my full-time job. I left with hard skills, great mentors, and stock options. I know that I don't want content creation to be like my end-all be-all, so I'm using this time where content creation is my full-time income to experiment, to learn, and be strategic about additional income sources. Lastly, quality of life. Contrary to what many people have said about being a full-time creator, I am having a ball. For one, I am very disciplined about clocking in every day. I do very much treat this like it is a full-time job. I am still waking up at 5 to 6 a.m. I'm still filling up my entire day with work for my business. But it has been nice to not have to do so much context switching and to be fully dedicated to something that I'm building for me. And I really am learning a lot about myself in the process. It is not easy by any means, but I do feel very aligned, and I think that's most important. That's it for now. I'm excited to see where we'll be by our next check-in.
Here are 6 income streams that are paying me this February on top of my 9 to 5. So if you're also trying to make some extra cash, save this video. You're going to want to come back to it. If you're new here, I'm Aubrey and I make over $2,500 a month in side hustles on top of my 9 to 5. On my page, I talk about realistic ways to make extra income. So here's a breakdown of the 6 income streams I have active right now. First up is scoping. Scoping is where I edit court transcripts for court reporters and I get paid per page of editing that I do. This is a fully remote, make your own schedule side hustle, and the more experience you get, the more money you make. Next up is Amazon influencer and on-site commissions. I make short product videos that show up on Amazon's product pages, so if somebody watches my video and buys the product, then I receive a commission. This one can be slow at first, but it builds up over time. Third is Facebook Marketplace, and this is not buying and reselling. I'm literally cleaning out my house and selling things I already own. I have some videos about this on my page if you want to learn more, but it's pretty self-explanatory. 4 is UGC. UGC stands for user-generated content. This is where brands will pay me to make ads that they post on their own page. Again, I don't need to post to my own social media to make money from this. It's strictly for the brands to use. 5 is affiliate marketing. I share tools, courses, or products that I already use and love, and I have a unique link where if somebody buys that through the link, then I make a commission. And number 6, of course, is my 9 to 5 income. I think this is going to be the first month where my side hustles out-earn my 9 to 5 income, which is just such a crazy statement. If you want deeper breakdowns of any of these, just follow my page because I will break them down further, and I just dropped a free guide in my bio, so go get it now.
My husband and I just had our biggest income month in our entire lives. We earned $32,200, and this is 10 times what I used to take home as a public high school teacher per month. So let's break down our multiple sources of income. I work full-time, and my full-time take-home pay after taxes, insurance, 401k, HSA contributions is $4,553. I also work part-time as a math tutor, and it was a pretty busy month, but my hours have been decreasing as I've started to pick up more work with social media, so I only brought home $1,230 from tutoring. For my social media, I earned $23,242. $17,000 of that was a payout for 2 brand deals. $223 of that was from Facebook, and the remaining $5,800 or so is from views from TikTok. For digital products, I earned $192 selling spreadsheets, and then for my husband's social media, he earned just over $3,000, making our family's total for the month of May $32,231. Now, because of how I have divided my LLC and my income, I will not be budgeting all $32,000. Instead, we have chosen to pay ourselves $6,000, and we will be using that to build our budget for June. If you can't tell, I'm a little shell-shocked. I knew this was going to be a big month because of the brand deal payouts, but I was not expecting it to be this big.
Here are my 7 streams of income as a 30-year-old on track to retire by 40. Number 1, of course, is my 9-to-5. I got a 3% raise at work this year, so now I'm making a salary of $121,000, and I usually get around a 15% bonus plus stock. Next is investment income. I try to invest over 50% of my gross income every single year. Last year, I made around $60,000 just from my investment income alone. Next, we have interest. This is just from my high-yield savings accounts. I use a high-yield savings account as my checking account, and I got like $500 last year just from the checking account. And then I made even more from my actual savings, like my emergency fund and sinking funds. I have all of my recs on my website. If you don't have a high-yield savings account, you need to open one today. Next is brand partnerships. As a content creator, this makes up the majority of my content income. Next is affiliates. So for example, if you guys open up a high yield savings account using my links, I will make a little bit off of that. And a lot of my links have sign-on bonuses, so you guys make extra money too. And you make interest on the money you keep in there. So it's like a win-win. Next, we have digital products. The bulk of my digital product sales come from my budget template and my fire calculator. But that's also because those are the ones I actually talk about. I really don't talk about the other ones. And then lastly, as a content creator, I get paid for views. This is really just TikTok. You guys, I've been monetized on YouTube for a year now, and I still haven't figured out how to get the money. I'm just dumb, I think.
The economy is not playing with us right now. Groceries high, rent is up, gas is even up. That said, one source of income is no longer enough. And I'm not talking digital products, I'm not talking about affiliate links. These are 4 side hustles that can actually put real money in your pocket. For one, it's going to be becoming a notary. And don't worry, the startup costs under $200 in most states, meaning you just pay for your application, your notary bond, your stamp, and your journal. And once you're commissioned, you can even take it a step further and become a loan signing agent. And that's where the money really is. So you're wondering how much you can make, but loan signing agents charge anywhere between $75 to $200 per signing. And the signing literally takes an hour, if that. Title companies, mortgage lenders, and signing services like SnapDocs and Notary Go book you directly. People are stacking 3 to 5 sign-ins on a Saturday and walking away with 500 plus in one day. 2 is going to be real estate, and it's not what you think, and you can get in without a license. So you can become a real estate photographer, and they're making anywhere between $150 to $400 a listing. If you think about it, the income that you could potentially make just in a week, especially once you build your relationships, is going to be crazy. And if photography isn't for you, don't worry, you can become a showing assistant, meaning you unlock the doors and show homes for agents who are double booked. Pick the lane that fits your schedule. Number 3, my favorite, is bookkeeping. Don't let this word intimidate you. There are so many small business owners that are in desperate need of a bookkeeper. Honestly, one of the first steps you can take is getting certified through QuickBooks Pro Advisor for free. Learn the software and start reaching out to local businesses. I'm telling you, these business owners need you and they're willing to pay. And let's talk numbers. You can charge anywhere from $300 to $1,500 a month per client, depending on transaction volume. Even if you did 3 clients, that could cover your car note. 5 clients could cover your rent. 10 clients could cover a full income for you. Now, this last one is not going to be for everybody. So if you're not willing to get on camera and show your face, you can just go ahead and already end the video. But if you're willing to show your face, you're going to listen to this. Becoming a local content creator for your city. Now, I know this isn't for everybody, so if you don't want to show your face on camera, you can just skip this one. But if you're someone that loves to talk, loves to record content, this one is going to be for you. Watch this for. Listen, this one is so easy. Literally pull out your phone, start posting the good restaurants, the date spots, the hidden gems, the weekend events. All you have to do is make sure your quality is top tier, your editing is good, and all that's going to take is just you browsing, editing trends on social media, and literally learning how to use CapCut. I promise. Believe it or not, there are so many local businesses that are desperate for content and they have no idea where to start. You can literally be that solution. Now, I'm not saying it can be easy, but once you build a small audience in your area, you can charge restaurants and small businesses anywhere from $150 to $500 for a UGC video or more. Like, there's some people in my city that charge $2,000 plus. So just something for you guys to think about. And if you guys want to hear more ideas like this, comment the word Substack and make sure you're subscribed, because I am going to start posting on there more, just in case I'm not always able to make a video. And also, per usual, if you love this type of content, make sure you're engaging just so the algorithm knows to keep showing you this type of content.